Welcome to RhomanysRealm, I'm Rhomany, and today we have the Spellbox unboxing for September from craftingmagic.co.uk. I'm going to move quite quickly through this one today because I have another one. Yes, another box to open. Stay tuned. So, let's have a look. I'm going to move this out of the way. What have we got today? We have... right, okay. So he's put a little something in this one to use, possibly to just give you an idea of what's going in the Witchy Essentials one. So we've got a body scrub to feel beautiful. A spell to increase confidence, a spell for finding love, to overcome obstacles, and a witch's jar, that's cool, for peace, harmony and protection. So we're basically looking on the bright side of life this month. Let's have a look at the packages. Let's do them in the order that they came in the box. And there's a little jar in there as well, so that's the witch's jar, that's that one. So a body scrub to feel beautiful. Sugar-based, dried stuff, various different flowers. It's all about, again, positivity, you know, some like ground almonds for exfoliation, but you've also got healing herbs and stress relief and a little bit of healing the heart and self-confidence, removing of fearful and negative energies, all that kind of stuff. And then inside, here's all your herbs. And you've got a little bottle of, it's based in sunflower oil. Got some white sugar. Used in spells to sweeten things up. That's nice. It also happens to be heavily granulated, so it's good for removing dead skin and cells and things. Parsley. I'm going to have to take this out, aren't I? Because they're all sliding around. So parsley is for removing negative energy and dispelling fear. It's a good one for pre-exam tension. We've got chamomile for stress relief. Some ground almonds, which is your exfoliation. We've got rue and our sugar and sunflower oil. So you mix all that together into a pasty type thing. You know what body scrubs look like. And voila, you've got yourself a little magical feel better kind of potion. That would be quite nice if you've been sick, like after, I don't know about you, but after about the flu or something, or when I've been sick in bed, the first thing I want to do when I feel better is have a shower. And I spend like 2 hours in there just cleaning off. And this would be really nice for cleansing away all that negative energy and crap and stuff. That would be good. So there you go, that's the first one. We've got one for increasing confidence. So bit of a first date bundle, this one. You've got feel beautiful, and then you've got increase your confidence. So we've got, ooh, leopard skin jasper. One of my favourite stones. Look at that, isn't it beautiful? All those spots. Love jasper, I'm a big fan of jasper. Frankincense, yellow and lavender for healing and success and all that kind of stuff. Positive energies, it's a moon spell. Yeah, just quite a basic spell, again, but we're broadening our horizon. What we've got here is a spiritual elements spell. We've got earth, our flowers, air, our incense, fire, our candles. And although a stone isn't really water, jasper is Well, crystals are for balancing energies and healing emotions and soothing, and, you know, stones are for balancing. And when I think of smooth stones like this, smooth crystals like this, I immediately think of water smoothed pebbles that you find along the banks of a river. So your crystal could be representative of water because it's cleansing your energy and cleansing your emotional baggage because it's for confidence. So not only are we introducing new things, we're using the 4 elements combined here. So that's a new thing for this box. And then find love. There we go. Continuing our first date. Now, of course, once you've found love, you have to overcome all the obstacles that go with it. So here you go, overcome obstacles. Oh dear. Black ribbon, that's looking promising already. Oh, dragon spell. Dragon is like the ultimate protection totem. It's protection, it's happiness, it's like king of the world type stuff. Black is for protection as well. So this is very much the kind of spell you could use for overcoming obstacles together. It's a continuation of the previous spells. If you use it as a couple, you could use it to overcome some obstacles that were in your way, whether that was, you know, people disapproving of your relationship, perhaps one of you needs a job, or just generally, maybe you've both got kids and they don't get along, that kind of thing, you know, overcoming obstacles, anything that's in your way. The dragon will pick you up and carry you across the obstacles. Wood is an earth element, obviously. Black is also a grounding colour, so that's an earth element as well. It brings you down to ground, down to earth, literally. Whereas dragons are, it says here, a symbol of protection, happiness and empowerment, rises above challenges and won't give up without a fight. So, feisty, the dragons. Using images in your spells this month. And images, of course, are very powerful. If you're a very visual person, instead of physically casting a spell, there's nothing to stop you mindfully creating, say, a Book of Shadows page or a journal page or even a picture for your wall. Mindfully creating some kind of dragon-influenced picture or something with a dragon in it. A very simple version would be to paint the page black, cut out the dragon, put him on the page and, you know, colour him in whatever colour represents what you need. So if you need spiritual protection, you could go for purple, or you could, you know, if you need protection from yourself because you tend to make silly decisions, you could maybe go for red to calm your passions and get a bit of sense in there. You know, you can do all sorts of things with images. So there's our overcoming obstacles, and now we've got a witch's jar for peace and harmony. So here's our little jar. Isn't that cute? Oh, I like that. That's really nice. I'm so easily pleased. It's just... I'll tell you what I use for these. You know the little serving pots, sort of this size or half size, that you get in breakfast places? Virtually every hotel or whatever has some of these. And I can guarantee you they don't recycle them. So either go to your local, I don't know, wherever it is you go. Costco, is it these days? I don't know. They sell them in our corner shop, so I don't have to worry about it. You can go to a wholesaler and get like a set of assorted ones. Or an alternative is, if you live near a hotel, just pop in and ask them if you can pop in one breakfast and collect the jars. I usually go in and say, well, I'm an artist and I use them for storing my paints, because that is actually true. And they are very good for that. You can mix up your own paints and store them in these because they're airtight. Anyway, yeah, if you can't get hold of them easily, go to your local hotel at breakfast time and they'll have hundreds of them. They don't normally have cool little lids like this. That's a really nice touch. I like that. Anyway, onto the witch's jar. A witch's jar is dependent on what's in it. So I can't sit here like I normally do and say, oh yes, this is for that, this is and mix it all together. Your witch's jar is going to be dependent on what you need to put in it. So this is a general one for peace, harmony and protection. It's just a general niceness. But you can use all sorts of combinations. Just make something that smells nice, you know, especially if you have something like social anxiety or something like that. You know, get an old lip balm pot. Like Burt's Bees comes in little tins, doesn't it? Make up a little jar. I suspect this one is probably one that you keep with you somewhere. But if you make it into like a paste, you can put it in your little jar and smell it to give yourself a boost when you're feeling anxious. So, you know, look into this. It's a good little spell to use. Right. Let's see what it actually says. It does take time and energy, so make sure you have both before starting. That's a good idea. In fact, I would always say, whatever it is that you're in need of, make your jar when you already have it. So when you're having a really good day and you feel very positive and upbeat, that is the energy that's going to go into your spell and into your witch's jar. So that is the day you want to make an anti-stress or an anti-anxiety or, you know, confidence boosting or anything like that. As a general rule, if my emotions or energy is off or manky, I don't tend to do anything witchcraft related other than perhaps a cleansing spell. In fact, this, your confidence spell there and your body scrub, that's very practical because you're not putting anything, you're not really putting thoughts into this. Although it does have a spell with it, you don't need to chant the spell to make the scrub, particularly if you've used it before as a magical scrub. If you make it with uplifting scents that you really like. So when you're having a really bad day, you come and you have your shower or your bath, you use your special body scrub that always makes you feel better and lifts you. If you're going to do some very intense magic, you could use this as well to boost your confidence and make you feel a little bit better than normal. But in general, I don't advocate doing anything other than cleansing spells when you're feeling in any way manky, because whatever you have hanging around you is going to go into this. So unless you need cleansing or protection, I don't do magic on manky days. Maybe that's just me, I don't know. I firmly believe that whatever energy you have around you is what goes into your crafting. So others don't believe the same thing. What have we got here? Interesting mix. A picture of Hestia. I'm not familiar with Hestia. Apparently she's a goddess. I would say she's probably some kind of household goddess. A bay leaf, protection, gold ribbon, protection and grounding. A small jar, you've got that. A feather, flax seeds, a couple of pennies, some cumin, amber chips. It's all very much protection. Now, this does call for, because it's a very personal spell, it's for you, only for you, and it's tied to you. It does call for a drop of blood and it does supply a sterilised needle. However, it does also say you can use anything, okay? In folklore, there is an old tradition that teeth and hair and nail clippings, you always get rid of them. You never keep them. You never have them hanging around. You never leave them where somebody else can pick them up. Because if somebody else has your essence, then they can do magic against you. And a lot of people still believe that today. I personally believe that if you are doing a personal spell, you should put a bit of yourself into it. And like it does actually say here that you could use saliva or urine or hair. But I personally would go for something like hair or nail clippings, as long as they're your natural nails, not false nails, obviously. You could spit in it if you want to, that kind of thing. So it's talking about just doing your kitchen, cast a circle, you're infusing the items with the properties that you want, using the picture of Hestia. Doesn't really say what you're using the picture of Hestia for, you're just kind of keeping it with you. Adding in the various bits. So we're doing a full-on scene from Macbeth here, you know, or Practical Magic if you prefer. And as fork and blindworm sting and all that. Eye of Newton, toe of frog. Ah, right, okay. So you're giving the feather as an offering and asking Hestia for household protection to bless your home. So yeah, she's a household goddess. So this is not for personal peace, harmony and protection. This is for household. This is a household blessing type thing. Oh, look at that feather. Isn't that beautiful? Ooh. That's really pretty. Look at that colour. It doesn't show up as well on camera as it does in real life. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's like a purple burgundy. It's my kind of colour. I love that kind of colour. There's your little chip of amber. They give you some pennies. You've got Hestia. Let's have a look at Hestia. With a name like Hestia, she's probably a Roman goddess. I have to look her up. Obviously, I'm not familiar with her. So, here we go. Oh, possibly Grecian, looking at that picture. That looks like a very Grecian kind of... Should we look her up? Where's my phone? Well, I would look her up if I had any idea where my phone was right now, but I don't, so... But I'd say that was Grecian. Or at least that picture of her is Grecian. I don't know. Amber, bay leaves, flaxseed. Yep. Chuck it all in, mix it all up. It's very similar to the kind of spell that you do where you might put all your crystals in some storm water, put them inside a silver coloured chalice and then leave them under the moon to kind of multi-infuse them with awesome energy. Okay, so that's our set of spells for this month. I think that's a pretty good combination. We're getting quite complex with some of our spells now. Thank you for joining me. I will see you again next week. Stay crafty.